YouTube. Sorry I didn't get a vlog posted yesterday. It was just a really busy day. We had lots of errands to run when I got off work, so I didn't have time to do one. So anyway, I'm doing it today. I am 7 weeks and I guess 7 weeks and 1 day, or would that be 2 days? Because I turned 7 weeks yesterday. So anyway, I'm 7 weeks pregnant, and I wrote stuff down what I was going to talk about, and I feel so unprepared. I guess I'll just start with like symptoms that I'm having. As far as symptoms go, I have been feeling nauseous in the morning a lot, having the morning sickness. It hasn't been bad enough to make me actually like get sick and throw up, but just have the queasy feeling, and sometimes it intermittently pops up like throughout the day. Part of the issue, I think I said it last time, was that like I've got to get something in my stomach or it makes me feel worse. Well, I stocked up on like some breakfast bars that they were like fruit filled, and they kind of look like a giant fig Newton, and they're good, but they're sweet, and the inside is almost like a jelly kind of filling, like, and they're good, but like when you eat them every day, like they started making me feel bad. Like I got like sick of them to the point where like I was forcing myself to eat it because I knew I'd feel bad. Like I wouldn't feel well if I didn't eat. But but whenever I would like put it in my mouth, I could like feel like my jaw quiver, like So I took some snack crackers, like some crackers with cheese, up to work so that I have that. Maybe having something not so sweet will be better, and you know, maybe I can still eat the rest of my breakfast bars like maybe every couple of days or something to won't make me feel so bad. So anyway, that's it with the nausea. My skin is breaking out. The first few weeks after I found out I was pregnant, my skin was like really clear, and I was like, oh, this is wonderful. And then like this last week, it's just broken out really bad, which it's really similar to McKenna. Actually, this pregnancy seems a lot more similar to my pregnancy with McKenna, my daughter. I was really nauseous with her. My skin was awful. Keep in mind, when I was pregnant with her, I was 19 years old. She was born 3 days after my 20th birthday. So I was young and probably still had hormone jump going on. But anyway, this time I'm comparing my symptoms a lot more to hers. And so a lot of people are like, yeah, maybe it's a girl. But I don't know. My gut feeling is telling me boy. Like, I just think it's going to be a boy. We'll see. You never know. Like I've said before, I'd be happy either way. But my gut feeling is telling me it's a boy. Which like I said, it's great for me. People have always told me like, boys are so much easier than girls. And I never believed them in all these years. McKenna's 8.5 years old. I never believed them. I was like, no, that's crazy, because McKenna has always been my easygoing child. Well, let me just say that the roles are reversing. Colton, who was my little hellion, is like getting so much better. He went through the terrible 2s, that turned into the terrible 3s, that turned into the terrible 4s, and then the terrible 5s, and now that we're almost 6 years old, we're getting better. So he's doing great, and now McKenna's got the drama thing going. So, anyway, when people tell you, well, girls are easier than boys, or boys are easier than girls, it's like this. Like, they trade places depending on the age. McKenna's getting old enough where we're starting to get dramatic, and it's hard, and boys, you know, boys are rough and tumble. So, you know, I don't think necessarily that one is harder than the other. They're just harder at different times, if that makes sense. Anyway, that has nothing to do with pregnancy, but it made me think of them. I think I told y'all last week that I went ahead and scheduled an appointment with the doctor on December 16th. But I talked to them about prices, and they were going to charge, after my insurance and everything, they were going to charge $1,053. like, that's what my insurance didn't cover, was a little over $1,000. And that doesn't even include the hospital. The hospital, I called them, and for a normal vaginal delivery, they charge $4,500. I'm not sure if that includes me getting an epidural or anything else. And of course, that's before any coverage with insurance, which our insurance is 80-20. So they cover 80%, but we still have to cover the other 20. So 20% of that is about $900. So we're looking at about $2,000 if I go the route with the doctor. So anyway, I called the midwife for more information and also to see if they could get me in any earlier than January, because they weren't going to see me till I was like 14 weeks, if I remember right. Anyway, so they got me in on December 16th. So in about a month, I'm going to cancel the appointment with the doctor, and I'm just going to see the midwife instead. And I've talked with them a lot on pricing, on how it works. And they said if you just strictly want to use your insurance, it's $5,200. They don't bill you anything necessarily up front, but so they send it to insurance, and then whatever insurance doesn't pay, you're required to cover. But they charge $5,200. So insurance would, hopefully cover part of that. It just depends on insurance, maybe not. Or you can go another route. They give you a discount if you pay $3,500 and then let them, like, you're making payments toward $3,500, and in that process, they are in that time also billing insurance, if that makes sense. So they're at least getting some kind of income while they're trying to get money from insurance. So, so that's the choice that we're going to go with, it looks like. I'll have to pay, well, it's $3,500, but Mike and I, both of us through our jobs, we have these health savings accounts where, like, we have money deposited into this health savings account, and it goes onto like a debit credit card type thing. And whenever we buy prescriptions, if we go to the doctor, any type of medical, anything, we can use that card to pay it. So we've got enough on our cards, and will, once the beginning of the year, like when the new year comes, we'll have enough that we'll come pretty close to being able to pay the midwife completely. So it actually is looking like the home birth thing is going to happen. So I'm still not totally putting my whole, like, getting my heart like totally set on it, because things could always change, but like it's more and more kind of becoming a reality. So we'll see if that plans out. What I've read on the internet, because I told y'all before, I always look at babycenter.com, and I love it because every week they tell you the food that your baby is, like the size of the food. I hope I sound like a normal person. I'm like really scatterbrained. I don't even know if half of what I'm saying is making sense. Anyway, last week I think the baby was the size of a lentil bean, and this week the baby is the size of a blueberry, which made me feel a little bit better, because not that a blueberry is huge or anything, but I've already got like a pooch going on. Which, something else that I read on babycenter.com is that by now my uterus has doubled in size, or should, about. So that makes me feel a little bit better that I'm already kind of poking out a little bit. I'll try to kind of show y'all here in a minute as I get done. Oh, some symptoms. Sorry, I have notes, but it's all scatterbrained too. My thoughts aren't very clear. Some other symptoms, like in the middle of the night, I have to go tinkle a lot. So that symptom's already here. That's annoying, but it doesn't bother me. It kind of bothers Micah because it wakes him up, but so that's going on. Back to the baby. Okay, it's the size of a blueberry, which is about ½ inch. And its hands, and it has little hands and feet, arms and legs like sprouting out, which this is like kind of retarded, but what it reminded me of was this last week Micah rented the movie Splice, which, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to tell you to go out and rent it because it's not like it was that great, but it was freaking weird. Like, as we were watching it, me and Micah were like looking back at each other like, did that really just happen? Anyway, it's a movie where they mix all these different DNAs from like a human and all these other animals, and they make like this new creature. And anyway, it kind of develops outside of, well, I mean, they like grow it up in a lab, but it grows like how a normal fetus does and sprouts arms and legs. So whenever I read that, I was like, oh, our baby's like the thing on Splice. It's growing, it's sprouting out little arms and legs. So I sound totally stupid, but if you see that crazy weird movie, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And you'll be like, oh, that's what Haley's little fetus looks like. Sorry, I'm a dork, but anyway, that's what it reminded me of. I can't think of anything else pregnancy related I can think of. What we've been doing lately, I'll just update you on our lives, since, like, you know, there's not a whole lot to report right now as far as pregnancy goes. Our anniversary was on Sunday, and I have the most awesome mother-in-law in the world. She, like, totally rocks my socks. She came. She lives a couple of hours away, and so she came and kept the kids on Sunday night for us to go on, yeah. I don't know, did I say our anniversary was yesterday? Anyway, our anniversary was on Sunday. My mother-in-law came. She babysat kids so Mike and I could go on a date. And we went to Osaka. It's a Japanese steakhouse, and it was so good. And that was a lot of fun. And then we went to the movies. We went to go see, I can't think of the title, Unstoppable. With Denzel Washington, with it's about a runaway train, and we both really liked it. It was like a story that could really happen, and the heroes aren't like, you know, Bruce Willis, military veteran, hero of the world. It was like regular factory Joe Schmo, Joe the plumber workers that turn out to be the heroes. So I liked that. I like stories that could possibly really happen. And so anyway, I recommend the movie. We went to go see that. Anything else? I know I told y'all last time we got our Christmas lights put up, and if I have enough time to like do a little bit of editing, well, I'm not going to do much editing, but I'll add some clips of the lights. I got a few, a little bit of video of Micah putting up Christmas lights. So I think that's all that I have to talk about. I'll show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see, if I'll be like too tall. Sorry, if you see this hairball next to me, it's McKenna's baby doll. That might look weird. I don't know how much of it you can see in the video, so I don't have a little deal where it shows me where I can see myself. But anyway, there's the tummy. And it's not necessarily a baby tummy, because, like, my uterus is way down here, so it's just, you know, mama bloat, really. But, anyway, that's all to report. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.